That's awesome.
So, Robert Earl, who do we have with us today?
We're so honored to have this young lady who hails from, I believe, South Carolina. And we're just thankful for her waking up with the Wake Up Morning Show with Dr. O.T. and Robert Earl Dean. This is none other than Lanetra King. Did I say it right?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Good morning.
Good morning, sister. How are you this morning?
I am amazing. I am blessed. I'm so happy to be able to wake up and see another day.
Oh,
So
yes.
I am blessed. I'm blessed.
You're right, because everybody don't wake up the next
That's right.
morning.
Well, I tell you, I'm just going to start off right off the bat and say, aren't you just a cup of sunshine this
Look at the
morning?
lighting. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, we know you from South Carolina, but my first question going to be off the bat. Can you cook?
That's funny. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. My grandmother was an amazing cook, and I didn't get too many lessons from her, but I have a few staples, but I'm working on expanding that.
Well, praise
Well,
the
we
Lord.
appreciate you working on it.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
honest answer. And when you try, God will help you do the rest.
There you go. There you go. But yes, I'm Lanetra King, singer, songwriter, recording artist from Charleston, South Carolina. I was actually born in Charleston, raised in Ridgeville in the country. So I'm from the rural back roads. And I'm super excited about my debut single, Sufficient, that's available now. It was produced by Grammy winner Javon Dawkins. He's worked with some amazing artists like Fred Hammond, Faith Evans, Fantasia, TLC. I wrote the song along with a wonderful songwriter, Candace Wakefield. She's written for Fantasia, Tamla Mann. She's worked with Sierra. And so I'm super excited to have that out and for the world to enjoy it.
Well, okay. Before we get to all of that, because you're not on a time frame here. I want to get we want people to get to know
So
you.
we're going to relax a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
Relax a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the thing. We got to get down to the nitty gritty. You said you was from the back country.
Did you have cows and stuff?
We didn't have, well, actually, we do have cows, not like in my backyard, but the neighbor's backyard, we did have cows. We had chickens. Yes, all of that.
So
That was a meal probably too.
Yeah, I got several questions I got to ask because she said from the back country.
Right.
Tell me the countryest thing you can remember growing up.
Oh, the countryest thing I can remember. That's a great question. Well, I remember one time, so let me just tell you this. I grew up at my grandparents' house. So it was me, my grandparents, my mom, and my uncle. And so one day, we have stray cats, stray dogs, roaming around. And one time, one of the cats ran into the house and my grandma was chasing it with a broom. So that's a memory I'll never forget.
As a bad lady.
Wait, what's that? Who won, the cat or your grandmama?
I'm gonna have to say my grandma won that.
You can't no cat handle no broom. Are you
Okay,
kidding me?
But here's one question. Okay, now we talked to a lot of folks from the country. I got to ask this question. When you were growing up, did you name any of your animals?
No, I did not name any of my animals. I was the only child, so I was inside a lot.
Right.
And then also, my mom had me when she was about 30, 31. So all of my cousins were pretty much older than
Right.
me. So I wasn't the one outside too much until I started. My uncle put me in a softball, and then we were outside, throwing the ball and him teaching me some tricks with the softball.
So what position did you play?
Honestly, I cannot remember, but what I can tell you, I have a testimony in this. I will
Okay.
tell you, it's so funny, even though it seems like a small thing, like it's a memory, even from when I was younger of like how amazing God is. And so I remember us going to the field to get my jersey, and I was like, Lord, I want my jersey to be number one. I want it to have the number one. And I was able to get that. So that was super cool, even though we didn't win not one game. We
Oh
didn't win
my.
not
Ooh.
but it's okay. But it's okay. We were the Tigers. And we didn't win a game, but
But
it's
y'all
all right.
was cute though, huh?
Yes, we
Right,
were.
right. So did you grow up singing in church? I mean, where did the music come from?
So I actually, I remember my mom got me this little mic, and it was one of those neon mics. It was like yellow and Orange. And I used to go around singing, not only singing, I used to go around preaching. My favorite thing to preach about was Adam and Eve for some reason,
Right.
because that's what I knew as a child.
Right.
And then my uncle, he got me my first organ, which was a Casio, and I still have it to this day.
Wow.
And it still works,
Wow.
which is crazy.
Right.
And so that kind of started things. And then also, yes, I grew up in the church, grew up singing in the church, but I was really shy. Like I didn't really put myself out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had my single release party 2 nights ago. And some of the members from the church I grew up in were there. And they were like, Lanetra, I didn't know you had it in you. Like nobody would have known that, you know, I had this within me.
Wow.
For so long.
So I'm just gonna tease you. Your name is Lanetra, right?
Yes.
Everybody ever call you Lily?
No, they call me Nini
Nene?
or Nitra.
Okay, so I knew there was gonna be a nickname in there. So
And that's not even the funniest thing. So, you know, in the country, we have nicknames. I
Yes.
can tell you so many funny
Yes.
nicknames. So, my Uncle Jackie, his nickname for me is Punky.
okay, like Punky
Yes.
Brewster.
Brewster, how you know that?
That TV show.
You know
Oh, that was a show. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Now, growing up, who were some of your influences? Because you were in the country, so you had to listen to a lot of radio and watch a lot of TV. Who were some of your musical influences?
I'm going to be honest. Most of my musical influence are 90s artists. But when it comes to gospel, the Clark sisters for sure. I mean, their harmonies are amazing.
Yes.
Karen Clark Sheard, I mean, her voice is amazing. So they were definitely a huge influence. Right now, my musical influences are definitely Jonathan McReynolds and Molly Music. I love how relatable their music is and how, you know, just something that we have in common is trying to reach people who not just are in the church, but would never step a foot in church. So.
And that's powerful, and that's what the good news of Jesus Christ really is. It's
Absolutely.
reaching the lost at any cost outside of your normal four walls. I think that's
Exactly.
great for your ministry. And with the culture now where everybody's listening and watching because of COVID and all that good stuff, you're going to
Right.
really get a younger, middle-aged group because they're listening.
And it's funny because I found, you know, as the song has come out and as I've been doing some shows, you know, not only am I reaching like college kids, but I'm also reaching the older generation because what they've told me is like, they're like, man, it's so good to hear like some pure music that I can enjoy.
Right.
I can cook to, I can clean to,
Right.
I can relax to. So it's been a great response.
So my question is simply this, and is this, you know, it's a yay or nay. My question is simply this: can you dance?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I do a 2-step. That's about all you're gonna get out of me.
That's me. That's me too, sister. That's me too. I tell them I can sing, but I can't dance.
You know,
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, I when I say that I can drop it like it's hot, I can't
Okay.
pick it up, but I can drop it like it's hot.
Right.
At
Then
least
you
somebody
got to
can
pray.
help me pick it up.
Then you got to pray for the angels to help him up.
From the angels from Africa, huh?
The African
At least
angel.
not half of it. You have more than me on that.
Right, right. Now, how did you get connected to the Dawkins gentlemen, and how did you feel writing with these established people in your environment? Because that could be intimidating.
Yes. So most people actually, or many people actually know me as a publicist. So I own my own PR agency.
All right.
So, and I always tell people that everyone God has given a gift to, and I believe He's given me the gift of communication. So I serve that in 2 ways with public relations and music. So I say that to say a fellow publicist actually introduced me to Javon Dawkins. And at the time, I wrote Sufficient in 2019 myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met him, I want to say in 2020. So he listened to the song and he wanted to work with me and put his own twist to it.
Mm-hmm.
So then he brought in Candace Wakefield and she actually listened to it on her own because they are in LA. I'm in South Carolina.
Right.
And she changed the words around a little bit and changed the melody. And that's how it is today. And then I went to record it in LA. I flew out there twice actually to record it. And honestly, it was an amazing experience. Candace is so wonderful to work with. She's so encouraging and uplifting. And Javon has been supportive throughout this whole journey as well. And it's been a great experience.
Wow.
Okay, so you know, I got two beefs, and and one question.
Oh Lord.
First of all, I want to ask, how you gonna get all the way to L.A. and don't pop down to San Diego? That's the first question. Because you ain't really had hospitality till you get to San Diego. Now, my second question is, how do I get Leonard and the Leonardettes signed to your PR company? You know, we good.
No, no
Listen, the
pop lock in 2022.
I love that. Listen, we can have a conversation about that afterwards. Let's get it going. And then San Diego, I mean, I flew to LA for two reasons. Well, actually, I flew to LA first to record the song, and I didn't have much time. So
Right.
it was kind of in and out thing.
Right.
The second time I came, I was a part of a writing boot camp, and that's where I was able to work on some songs that were for Shantae Moore and Molly Music. And then I recorded my second song. So it was about business when I was there. But next time I'm in LA, I will make sure to go to San Diego so I can experience that.
Right.
Well, I gotta say this, and the reason why I want you to know that is because if you're born in the United States, you're blessed. But if you live in California, you're doubly blessed. But if you can make it to San Diego, you will be a part of the chosen few. And so we're trying to get you to the chosen few city.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yes.
yes. I'll get there.
San Diego's beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. So
There.
you came to a writing camp. Who were some of the people that was at that writing camp thing?
Well, so not only did Javon produce this record Sufficient, but I was also in his mentorship program. So we had a lot of up and coming songwriters,
Wow, that's
artists,
awesome.
producers in that mentorship program. And toward the end, we had that writing boot camp. So it may have been like maybe close to 20 of us.
Wow.
There. Not only did we have Javon Dawkins, but we also had the great songwriter Eric Dawkins, who has written wonderful
Yes.
records.
Yes.
He's also Dawkins and Dawkins.
Dawkins
with
and
him.
Dawkins.
So I was actually in his group, and so that's how it was. And we wrote 3 songs collectively together, and it was a great experience to be able to co-write with some amazing people.
I know that's a life dream for so many people with such established people. But I'm noticing a lot of people in the LA area, as far as Aaron Lindsay and all them, they're doing these writing camps where they get away from everybody and they do retreats. That's what they call them. And
Yes,
it's
yes.
that's a wonderful thing because they're birthing some wonderful power and life changing music.
Absolutely, and especially to be from South Carolina to have that experience.
Yes.
Before I even, was in that mentorship group, I had very limited connections, but now, being a part of that and
Yes.
being in LA and, I've been able to make some great connections.
What a blessing.
So let me ask you this question. This is straight up. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Hold on. Okay.
I
So
always tell people I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So
there
I'm
you
ready.
go.
Come on
Okay,
now,
so,
sister.
So here's the thing I want to ask you because there's the typical questions that we ask everybody, but now people want to get personal with you. They want to know, is you married? You got children? You got they want to know your little life story so they can know how. The men want to know if they're gonna follow you really all the way, or they're gonna try to DM you. So give us some background.
Yeah, so I'm single, no kids, so it's just me.
Yeah, y'all single, no kids from South Carolina. She learning to get her cooking on,
Right.
And
So
everything.
you might have to cook. You might have to cook for her first.
Yeah.
And you guys rotate on different days.
There we go. Yes, yes.
Good
Yeah,
teamwork.
Teamwork effort. Yes.
Right.
She has other things she can offer.
Right.
If you got a business, she can be
Right.
a publicist.
Right.
you know?
Right. So let's talk about your publishing. I mean, what made you go into publishing? Your
Publicist.
publicist. Oh, publicist, like public relations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Who are some of your clients?
Oh, man.
Leonard and
So-
the Leonardettes.
Yep, that's one
Right.
right there. I work with an amazing nonprofit called Everyone Voice Matters, and they have a really important cause right now because these youth, the youth really need us, and
Yes.
so she helps them, with anti-bullying, social emotional learning.
Yes.
A lot of them who are dealing with low self-esteem.
Mhm.
So I work with nonprofits like that. I work with authors, speakers. I actually work with award shows as well. I'm currently working on, I've worked on the Stellars and working on Black Music Honors. So
Really?
I have a variety of different clients.
Wow, those are some big, big clients. But I love that
Yeah.
you work with young people because him and I are both in the educational field
Oh,
in
wow.
San Diego.
That's so important to me.
Very.
Those cause related efforts. I mean, it makes such a difference. So I'm honored to be able to, use my gifts in that way.
Wow.
Okay, so you are on the Wake Up Morning Show with Dr. LT and Robert Earl Dean. You are a publicist. You are an author, a writer, a singer. You got a smile that will brighten up everybody's day. Now, if you were to say, Dr. LT, I want people to know this about me, what would that be?
I want them to know that, my goal in all of this is to be a voice of peace and a voice of hope. With so much going on in the world, division, sickness, chaos, I really want to put music out there that uplifts, inspires, and encourages people. And I want people to know that, no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you've done in your past, your present, that God's grace is sufficient for you. And there's hope and peace. And I really want to be that salt and light on the earth that we need today.
Wow.
Amen.
Now, what are some of your upcoming ventures that you have coming up? You just released a single. What's
Yes.
to follow?
So the follow is I'm going to be creating more music, writing more music. I'm setting up a mini tour, so definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm excited about that. And then I'm going to be releasing some covers as well to my favorite songs. So definitely make sure to follow me on social media at Lanetra Music so you know what I have going on, where I'm going to be, and what new music I have coming out.
Well, that's awesome.
Sugar Lumpling, say it a little bit slower so everybody get how they can follow you, baby.
Okay, Lanetra Music on Instagram and Facebook, and that's Lanetra Music, Music.
Okay, now this is my last question because it's my muse as well as my fear. Because when you go back south,
Oh, Lord.
Georgia, and you go down to South Carolina, and North
Jesus.
Carolina, y'all got a whole bunch of trees around you.
Beautiful trees.
And they look so beautiful during the day, but at night, I'll be like looking at the trees. I'm like saying, lost in the woods, got chased in the
He
woods.
think it's Mississippi burning.
Yeah. So my
my
question is, how do y'all deal with all these woods around you and things coming out of the woods that you don't see until they get to your window?
Well, growing up in the country, you're so used to it. We don't have street lights, right?
Right.
And so at night, it's very dark.
Pitch dark.
And it takes maybe 20 to 30 minutes to get to a store. So we're just used to it. It's just a natural thing.
Yeah, and the reason
But
why
you might run out of gas.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you keep your gas.
Yeah.
Up
Oh
the
yeah,
bar.
make sure you're fueled up for sure.
Yeah, the reason I asked that because as I was looking at you, I saw something move in the trees, but I saw it's a roadway behind you. I was like, "Oh Jesus!" I was like saying,
Oh, Lord.
is something coming up together, Lord?
That would be
Protect
so
it,
funny.
Jesus."
Lanetra, I attended college in the South. I went to Grambling first, and then I went to University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So
Okay.
I'm used to the trees, the long roads. This guy, he's really California.
Lanetra, let me. He tried to put me out there. I am well traveled, and that's why I know about the trees, and I make sure that I got gas. I got protection, and I don't get caught there at nighttime.
Oh, Lord.
I get to a safety spot and I hunker down, cause I don't want no Mississippi burning.
He's so, my God, Jesus.
I love it.
But it's an enjoyable thing to be in the South because the mentality of the church world is different, whether it be a Bible Belt place or whatever. But it's just something about the people. I don't care if it's being rain, snow, whatever. They are going to church.
Oh yeah. And I'm blessed to have an amazing church family. I definitely want to shout out Faith Assembly. The love and support is just amazing. I have made lifelong connections and relationships and sisterhood. So I'm so blessed for that.
What a blessing.
Well, we love having this type of interview. You see how we took the time with you?
And I love that. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you for coming.
We don't want you to rush through because there's stuff that people want to get to know about you.
And you connect with people.
Next time we get with you, we're gonna talk about your eyelashes and your hair. You can shout out to your beautician and everybody right now so that they'll know.
Shout out to Jessica Green. Shout out to Shayla Taylor. Shout out to Kiera Middleton. Thank y'all for always having me looking great. Thank y'all so much.
See, you
Her
know,
glam squad.
we got to get all that done because, you know, like, baby, check out the interview. I hollered your name out.
Right.
Right. I'm
Well,
gonna tell them to make sure they watch.
Yes.
yeah. So here we go. You have a song. It is sufficient.
Yes.
Set it up, and we're gonna rock it for the first time right here on God Radio 1.
Amazing. Yes. So this is Lanetra King Sufficient. Remember that no matter what you've been through, have done in your past, or have done now, that God's grace is sufficient for you and you are enough.
Right here on God Radio 1.com.